The biggest report ever on Cardano was just released, and it has secrets that will blow you away. Here's Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, speaking just yesterday.
Our advantage and lead is so significant, they can never catch us.
That was Charles saying they could never catch us, and folks, he might be right. There is something in the charts showing me that Cardano could potentially 20x from this level. Now, this is Messari, and they're a great analytics platform, and they just released this and made it public. It's a report on Cardano. Now most of the data is very bullish, but is the roadmap that is going to lead to that chart where a 20x for Cardano can be potentially possible, everybody. So this is the market cap, more than doubling quarter over quarter. You can see the treasury balance also more than doubling quarter over quarter. Daily active addresses, that's DAAs, that's also on the increase. Basically every metric is in the positive. There's one that's potentially on the decline, and that's DApp transactions. But other than that, you're just seeing a lot of bullishness when it comes to Cardano. But let's skip to the roadmap here. There's something I really wanted to show you. So the new roadmap is anchored in 3 core pillars. Now, the first core pillar is scalability. Cardano is going to boost its efficiency and boost its performance. People are sleeping on how big a performance boost this is going to be. Here's someone talking about the recent Doom Hydra tournament where they're using a sidechain on Cardano, which then can enable off-chain aggregation. Look at these numbers. So they did 336,000 transactions. The whole thing costs 10 ADA in fees. If they would have done that on the main Cardano network, the fees would have been over 57,000 ADA. So we're not talking about a 50% reduction in costs, a 90%, even a 99%. We're talking about a significant 99.99% reduction in fees. Now, the next pillar they're talking about is usability and utility. Part of the big utility moving forward is the decentralized identity management and the privacy that we're enabling with the Midnight partner chain. Now, Charles Hoskinson himself has confirmed that Cardano holders, the ADA token holders, will receive the Midnight token airdrop. And so as this gets closer, I expect a lot of excitement as people start farming the airdrop and just buying tons of Cardano, using that Cardano so they too can qualify. Now, the third pillar, interoperability and extensibility, looks like Cardano branching out, trying to be more interoperable with the other major blockchains, meaning it can interact and transact with Bitcoin, with Ethereum, and the upcoming Bitcoin programmability layer. This might be happening very, very soon. Here's Charles Hoskinson talking about when there's going to be a demo.
We're going to get Bitcoin to work with Cardano, and we'll be there at May 2025 at Bitcoin 2025. And we'll have a great demo for that. And there's a lot of people we're bringing. We're working with wallets. We're working with other protocols. I don't need to call anybody or do a governance action to do these things. It's good for Cardano.
And so, folks, that is only a few months away. That is going to be in May. It's already towards the end of February. So we're very, very close to potentially a workable demo at Bitcoin conference. It's going to get a lot of excitement, and it's going to get a lot of liquidity from the Bitcoin layer pouring into the Cardano ecosystem. Now let's talk about this price action that I identified earlier. I noticed something last bull run. The bear market had a long consolidation period, similar to what we experienced from roughly the beginning part of May 22 to maybe about October 2024 when it finally broke out. Now, this lasted over 2 years. This one lasted a little under 3 years here. And after it got stuck in this trading range, it did a little bit of a peekaboo. It peeked its head out and then came back down. But it was a significant pullback here. Once we measure this pullback, you can see that fell over 50%. Well, if we look at this trading sideways and then we peeked our head up above, we also saw a similar pullback. Now, if you don't include the liquidity grab right there, that was, some say there's manipulation in the markets, but if we measure right there, that's roughly an identical drop. The other one was around 51%. We're seeing a 50% drop. If you include that, it's still only about a 60% drop. So we saw a significant pullback, and then we got above and started trading right above the consolidation range. And then Cardano went on a huge, significant rally. And then we might be replicating this move right here. So if we go ahead and measure what kind of gains Cardano had, you can see it ended up pumping close to 30x, but roughly 28, 29x. But we also saw the same thing last cycle. Now, it's a new coin, so we're not going to really have, say this is quote unquote a trading range. But you can see it had a trading range, fell down below, did a little bit of a wick up above, came down below, and then had a huge rally. So that was close to a 50x. The 50x then led to a little under a 30x. And I think that next 30x, if we were to kind of continue that trend, we potentially could see a 15x in Cardano's price range once we break out of this range. So if we come from the top of the trading range like we did with the previous cycles here and do a 1,500% pump, you're looking at above a $10 Cardano, roughly $11.40. I think that might be a little bit lofty here, so I want to give it a 900% pump. That's going to be a 10x. That is still a $7 Cardano, so I wouldn't be sleeping on Cardano. Once you just see how the previous cycles kind of had a similar structure. Now this is Cardano priced in USD. If you go to Cardano priced in BTC, you see a little bit of a similar breakdown here. You know, Cardano falling against Bitcoin, and then right before alt season, you saw a little bit of a ceiling. Once it got above that, kind of flipped it into support, went on a huge mega rally. We're seeing something similar right there. And even after, you know, the retest, I mean, we could run that out a little bit further. Huge wick down, created a lower low, really get people to think it's over. You should have only bought Bitcoin. And then Cardano rallies hard against Bitcoin. See the same thing here. You know, we go create a lower low, wick down pretty hard here. And so hopefully we'll see Cardano pump against Bitcoin as well. Now, we did the live stream earlier. A lot of people wanted me to talk about the AI projects building on Cardano. Talos ended up having a huge pump. We created a brand new all-time high. We've been talking about this one on the live stream. If you're not checking out the live streams, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications. You'll see when we went live. Coming back down, about to retest the previous all-time high. So keep an eye out on that one. This one is kind of starting to run, but the roll token might have a little bit more opportunity. So we talked about this one. We gave it to you at launch, ended up launching at 0.0005 ADA. So this is priced in ADA. You're able to get 200 tokens for every one ADA. And so typical when you see a new token launch, you get the post-launch dump. Everybody gets their tokens at a discount. They just dump it. You end up seeing it basically every time. With strong projects, it will then recover. With a weak project, everybody gets out, the music stops playing, no one comes back in. Well, with the roll token, which is basically virtuals, but on Cardano, this is an AI factory. This is creating AI agents. Ended up seeing the whales jumped in, created a huge rally for roll. So after the IDO, ended up doubling. The whales have packed their bags. We've seen a little bit of consolidation. We saw a lot of altcoins take a huge tumble. It has recovered nicely from that, and it's above the IDO price. So if you jumped in with us, you're in profit right now. So we're all feeling pretty good about this one. So keep an eye out on Roll. Keep an eye out on Talos. Talos is an agent. Roll is the AI agent factory. That's all I got. I'm DZ. Hopefully I'll see you in your ADA bags at the top.